Ay, pumakas na rin.
Say hi.
Hey, chat. Nothing. Not yet.
If you guys are here, say present.
Morning, chat. Shout out to the homies. I'm taking this opportunity to thank my wonderful. Okay. How many people are there? Here you go. Side.
Did you close it?
So hot. Okay, hey guys. Good morning. Hi chat. Morning chat. So today we are group 7, right? We're gonna present our topic in. Was this subject called reading and writing?
Reading and writing.
So our topic is from lesson 2 of unit 1. It is evaluating written text by analyzing claim, presented by Kyle Castro, me, and Mariam. She's beside me right here. Okay, moving on. The contents for this what's this called? For this lesson is
Critical reading, techniques to develop critical reading skills, identifying and analyzing
claims,
and
something recent.
critical reading as reason.
You're gonna give intro.
Okay, so imagine this. You receive a message from your phone saying, "Oh, you won 10,000 KD from Kuwait Airways to a flight to Paris." But we first identify or check if the message is real, and we ask ourselves, did we even enter some competition or event? This is called critical thinking. So we analyze and process to our mind to check if it's real information or not. Another example is like if a article says that a celebrity is dead, even though that celebrity is still alive today.
Yeah, you have to you have to look for proofs that something is true or not based off what you're reading. So you have to make sure it's actually correct and factual. I continue.
So yeah, that's all.
Next. Thanks for the donut. Okay, my topic is defining critical reading. Whenever you read something, you evaluate claims, seek definitions, judge information, demand proof, and question assumptions. You are reading critically. Is it so short? Is it lonely one? Okay, that's right. So for this one, basically, you know how when people read or watch something, diba, some people watch to just for the fun of it. They don't really dive deeper into like the lore and stuff. And some people watch or read movies for the lore and the deeper understanding of the topic. And when you're doing this is where you engage in critical reading. And yeah, when you do critical reading on something like watching or reading, you what's the word? You're able to what's the word called? You're able to go what's the word here? You're able to go beyond passively understanding a text. And yeah, that's it. Very simple. This type of reading allows us to understand the text and process the author's words and make judgments after carefully considering the reading's message. The reason why I read critically is because you bring your reading, your own experience and perspective, and use these to separate yourself from the text and judge for yourself what you consider important, logical, or right. By reading critically, you find out the author's views on something, ask questions, evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of the author's argument, and decide to agree or disagree with it. So for the other part, the reason why I read critically, the last part, by reading critically, you find out the author's views. And for this one, when you read something and like try to get the message behind the text or something, you may be able to find what the author what the author's intention is for writing the story. And yeah, that's it. Hi chat. I think you guys are W. Can you donate? Next one. Oh, there's one last. Thus, critical reading allows us to what's this?
Deepen your understanding.
Deepen your understanding of the issue or topic discussion. Okay. Techniques to develop critical reading skills. Whenever you read something and you evaluate claims, seek definitions, judge information, demand proof, and question assumptions, you are thinking critically. This type of reading goes beyond passively understanding a text because you process the author's words and make judgments after carefully considering the reading's message. But why should we read critically? Reading critically means you are thinking critically. This shows that you do not simply accept the message on the page. You bring to your reading your own experience and perspective, and use these to separate yourself from the text and judge for yourself what you consider important, logical, or right. This interaction between the text and the reader is necessary because reading results from a negotiation of meaning between the text and the reader. By reading critically, you find out the author's views on something, ask questions, evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of the author's argument, and decide to agree or disagree with it. Thus, critical reading allows you to enter into a dialogue with the author, and this deepens your understanding of the issue or topic discussed. Therefore, to arrive at a sufficient interpretation of the text, you need to become a critical and active reader. Just to make sure, can you guys hear the audio properly? Because I can't tell. We didn't really do that much. So, Allah, someone is here. Good morning.
Morning. Friday. Physics lab. Yes.
Oh my God, guys. I thought I was gonna get radio. Okay, next. Wait. These are the steps, techniques to develop critical reading skills. First one is keeping a reading journal. A reading journal is similar to keeping a diary, except you're writing your feelings and ideas in reaction to your reading assignment. This process allows you to develop your impression of the text and connect them to your personal experiences. So for keeping a journal, this is, you know how people sometimes have diaries to write down their whatever is happening in their day, like their emotions or like how they react to a certain something. This is basically it. When you have a reading journal and you're able to write down your thoughts or opinions about a certain something, you get to practice your logical thinking, and therefore you can use that in future. You know, when you have to use critical thinking in writing. Okay, next, annotating the text. Annotating the text simply means making notes on your copy of the reading. This includes highlighting or underlining important passages and writing notes, comments, questions, and reactions on the margins. Shout out to Muhammad Tarek. Okay, anyways, for annotating the text, we've had this before our activity in Filipino, right? Was it Filipino?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Filipino. So for annotating the text, it's basically, okay, bruh. So for annotating the text, it's basically how when you read a certain paragraph or like text part, bruh, come on. What's that? How helpful is annotating? Annotating is unlike, it's very helpful because when you know how to annotate, you're able to understand a certain like sentence in a paragraph. Like you're able to interpret it in your own like words. Like example, I disagree with this part, or like I don't, I agree with this part, or something like that. Shout out to my homie Mark. Okay, next is outlining the text. Creating a rough outline of the text will also be helpful in getting to understand more critically. By locating the thesis statement, claims, and evidence, and then plotting these into an outline, you can see how the writer structures, sequences, and connects his or her ideas. All right, continue. Shout out to Sami also. Okay. Okay, next. For the outlining the text. For this one, it's very simple, but it helps you to divide a story into multiple parts. So you're able to identify the the introduction, like, and the body, and what's the last part? Anthony, what's the last part called? Diba in like this no, like diba this like the introduction, the body, and the one in the conclusion. Yeah. Okay, next. Before I go, the design is very. No, do a flip. Okay. Summarizing the text. A summary consists of getting the main points of the essay and important supporting details. Summarizing the text is similar to outlining in that you need to get the gist of the text. This one, pretty self-explanatory, but summarizing the text is basically how it is. You make it easier for yourself to understand by taking the main points of, the main points of something and comprising it into very minimal words so that when you try to, let's say, for example, summarize a long story, you'll be able to understand it like a shorter version. Hey, what's happening, Isha? Oh my god, you guys are boring. I know. Excuse me. What, bruh? Right here. Last one is questioning the text. That's it. What's the difference between summarizing the text and annotating text? For summarizing text, you're basically summarizing a whole what's that? A whole parang what's that? A whole, I don't know the word. A whole text into something much easier. Parang it's like more for bigger kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to word it out. And annotating. Because for annotating, you simplify only a certain, like a specific part of a text, of a paragraph or something. That answers your question, Mr. Kyle Nabiula. Okay, next is questioning the text. Oh wait, I didn't get to put the questions. Where the book? Hold on. Hold on, chat. Chat, is this real? Okay, here. Questioning the text. Questioning the text involves asking specific questions on points that you are skeptical about. These may be topics that you do not meet your expectations or are not aligned with your personal views. So basically with this one, it's also how it's stated, you just question things that you don't know. So for example, what's the message of this story? What's the intention of the author? Why is this character like this? Why are you this way? Okay, yeah, like that. See, the questions in the book, it's on page 23. For example, like here, I don't know, you guys can see that, but yeah. The question examples in the books are like, what type of audience is addressed? What are the writer's assumptions? What are the writer's intentions? Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you're basically just finding out the Pagneta, was that called? I don't know the word. You're just finding the answers to your questions or something. Why is it important to question the text? So that you get your answer. I'm dreamy on. Yeah, it's important to question the text so that you're gonna get a better understanding of why you think something is like this. Like you get the answer to your own question and something like that. Oh, Adrian donated $50. Thanks for the dono. Oh, Sami Abdul Nasser donated. Thanks for the donos chat. Bianca Megan, thanks for the thumbs up. Okay, next presenter. W chat. Okay, next. No. Are you next? Yeah. Okay, go next.
Okay, hello everyone. So identifying and analyzing claims, determining explicit and implicit information. Critical reading also means that you're able to distinguish the information that is clearly stated, explicit in the text form from ideas that are suggested. This will help you make inferences about what you read. So how do you? Uy, okay. So defining claims. Knowing how to identify explicit and implicit information will help you in one of the most important skills needed in critical reading. Evaluating the claims made by an author, this involves going back to the text to recognize the writer's argument and evidence, so they can begin judging the writer's work. So here are some questions that would be that are good characteristics for where's that? Of good claims. Looking for the writer's point is known as claim or central argument or thesis statement of the text. This is what the writer tries to prove by providing details, explanation, and other types of evidence. It is usually found in the introduction or in the first few paragraphs of the text. Any questions? Next, so okay, sorry about the what I said earlier. So here are the following characteristics of good claims. A claim should be argumentative and debatable. A claim should be specific and focused. A claim should be interesting and engaging. A claim should be logical. So yeah. So also here are some questions to help you determine determine the writer's claim while you're reading a text. What is the author's main point? What is the author's position regarding it? You don't. Anyone? How important in developing critical reading skills? So, how important is it? So that we can understand the text that we read and what is the purpose of the text. Yeah, that's what I can know about this lesson. Sorry about that. So next, distinguishing between the types of claims. The different types of claim that a writer can make are fact, value, or policy. You can usually determine this by examining the type of questions they answer about the text. So,
Okay, did you read this?
yeah, I did. Yeah. So, claims of facts state a quantifiable assertion or a measurable topic. They assert that something exists, or will exist based on the data. They rely on reliable sources or systematic procedures to be validated. Here are some claims of fact usually answer a what question. Is this issue related to a possible cause or effect? Is this statement true or false? Is this claim controversial or debatable? So yeah, any questions for this? Okay, so continue on. Claims of value. Assert something. Shout out to Tristan. Thank you. So yeah, claims of value. Assert something that can be qualified. It consists of arguments about moral, philosophical, or aesthetic topics. These types of topics try to prove that some values are more or less desirable compared to others. Claims of value claims of value attempt to explain how situations or issues ought to be valued. Which claims endorse what is good or right? What qualities should be considered good? Which of these values conflicts with others? What are some concrete examples of such values? Any questions? Was a good example of a good claim. A good claim. Okay, so good claim. Is it important that
Give good example of you.
wait. Masama. Okay. Can you see the presentation? Wait.
No,
No, I just load it.
it's not showing.
Yeah.
Can you come here?
No, this I actually delete exit it. So yeah. Wait. What are some? What's next? Oh yeah, this one. So yeah, sorry, chat. Accidentally exited the presentation.
Open.
Stop chat. Technical difficulties.
I accidentally exited the
Sorry, chat. It's okay, chat.
By the way, question from Yakub. Purpose behind this lesson.
No, he still has to answer two more.
Where's the question?
The
So
question number one, Kyle, is from General Jaber. Kyle, can you give us a good example of a good claim?
good. Yeah, I didn't know that
Are you
one.
already answered?
No,
Answer.
not. Oh my, how do you know? I don't
Check
even
your
know.
book, bro.
Right then. So
Don't worry, chat. You will answer.
uh, no. So
Shout out to Angelina Jolie.
uh, why is it important to determine and analyze your claims? What is the purpose behind this lesson?
Shout out to Angelina
Can't
Jolie
even answer
and
this.
Cal Dapor.
What's happening? Okay. Continue.
Can't even answer this question because I
Bro. Okay, next. Just answer Brian's question. Why is it important to determine and analyze your claims?
no.
Okay.
Yes, sorry guys. I don't even know
It's
this
important
question.
to determine and analyze your claims so that you know. Okay. Okay. It's important to analyze and determine it's important to determine and analyze your claims is because you want something to be factual. And like the one Kyle said kanina, the one in the intro about like news about let's say for example a certain celebrity there's a news about like the celebrity dying or or something. You would of course in your mind you would have questions like, is this real, chat, is this real? And yeah, you just have to figure out yourself, and if you know how to determine and analyze thingy, then you'll be able to understand which is factual and which is not.
So yeah. Next is claims of policy. Posit that specific actions should be chosen as solutions to a particular problem. You can easily identify a claim of policy because they begin with should, ought to, or must. The different actionable plans usually answer how questions. Thus, the claim suggests a specific remedy to solve the problem. Is the policy clear defined? Is the need for policy established? Is the policy the best one available for whom? According to whose standards? How does the policy solve the problem? Yeah, that's all. Is,
But Sir
Yes.
Raymond asked a question.
yeah.
He said, how can we differentiate claim of value and policy?
Oh, with value and policy. With policy, it's basically with how does the policy? Can I continue? Sorry. Yeah. So, identifying the context of text development. Being a critical reader also involves understanding that texts are always developed with a certain context. Context is defined as the social, cultural, political, historical, and other related circumstances that surround the text, and from terms from which it can be understood and evaluated. Uh, Knowledge of the text context helps in appreciating the text message more deeply. When was the work written? Basically, when was it written? What were the circumstances that produced it? And what issues does it deal with? So, another important technique in analyzing the context of a text development is defining its intersectional link to another text. Intersectionality is a modeling of a text meaning by another's text. It is defined as the connection between language, images, characters, themes, or subjects, depending on the similarities in language or genre or discourse. So, hypertext is a non-linear way of showing information. Basically, reading from a screen like a ebook or video like that. This opens up to reader to a wider horizon of information or to a new direction. Moises done.
Hi guys. So what do I do? How do? Okay. So critical reading as reasoning. To in an exploratory writing, assertion becomes the primary channel for a reader to assert to a claim. Assertion are declarative sentences that claim something is true about something else. Simply put it as a sentence that is either true or false. Examples: Sampaguita's roots are used for medical purposes such as anesthetics and sedatives. The Sampaguita belongs to the genus Jasminium of the family Oliaceae. The popularity of the Sampaguita flower is most evident in a place of worship. Sampaguitas are the most beautiful and most fragrant of all the flowers. So, guys, to be a good critical reader, you have to be able to logically evaluate the claims of a writer. And assertions is basically a sentence that claims something is true about something else. Okay, so there's four types of assertion. First is facts. This is a statement that can be proven objectively by direct experience, testimonies of witness, and observations of the result research. So, facts is facts basically, and for you, okay, so the example is the Sampaguita roots are used for medical purposes such as anesthetics and sedatives. The statement is a fact because it can be directly verified by experience or reliable research reports. And then the second assertion is a convention. A convention is a way in which something is done similarly to traditions and norms. Conventions depend on historical precedent, laws, rules, usage, and customs.
There's a question from Anne. She was
Okay.
asking, can you give us an example of a fact and opinion?
Okay, so a fact is basically, an example, يعني.
Yeah.
Okay, an example is okay, here it says what is it called? The Sampaguita roots are used for medical purposes such as anesthetic and sedative. And then an opinion is wait guys, one sec. Okay, an opinion is the popularity of Sampaguita flowers is most evident in a place of worship. And it kind of sounds like a fact, but it's not because it's an opinion based on observation. So y'all get it or no? Should I make it like? Should I move on? Or is that not a good example? Okay. Anyway, now let's go. No wait. Okay. So now the third one is opinions, and the opinions are based on facts but are difficult to objectively verify because of the uncertainty of producing satisfactory proofs of soundness. Opinions result from ambiguities that are more ambiguous. A statement that is more difficult it is to verify. Okay, now the last aspiration of preference. There's something hiding. I can't read something here. There's something here.
I don't know.
I can't see it. I can't see it. What is that?
Uh,
Okay. Preference. Preferences are based on personal choice, therefore they are subjective and cannot be objectively proved.
Sir Romel asked the question. What are the differences between claim and assertions?
Huh?
Sir Romel asked, what are the difference between claims and assertions?
Assertions.
And claims.
Okay, so I think claims is like something you claim, but it doesn't like have to be factual, I guess. And then for assertion, it's like claims that like a claim that is true about something else. That's an assertion, I think. Okay, so the last one is preference. Preference are based on personal choice, therefore they are subjective and cannot be objectively proven or logically attacked. For example, some pagitas are the most beautiful and fragrant, fragrant of all
Sir,
flowers.
are you sure with your answer?
Am I sure?
With the difference between claim and assertions, are you sure?
No. Um, yes, I think so. Yeah.
But continue.
Okay, Sampaguitas are the most beautiful and most fragrant of all flowers. So this is a preference because some people think that roses could like smell better or something like that, like other flowers or other flowers that smell better.
Sir Romel said, all claims can be seen as assertions, but not all assertions necessarily qualify as what the part of claims. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's move on to this next thing. It's formulating counter claims. Okay, so being able to recognize and formulate counterclaims in a reaction to an argument is a characteristic of a good critical reader. Counterclaims are claims made to rebut a previous claim. They provide a contrasting perspective to the main argument. So, for example, guys, like someone is, saying something about something, and you don't think it's right. So that's basically called like a counterclaim, I guess. And so to be being able to recognize and formulate counterclaims in a reaction to an argument is a characteristic of a good critical reader. Counterclaims are claims that are made. Oh, frick, I read this before. Okay, so is there a question?
No, Sir Romel was just explaining the
Difference between fact, I mean,
like example. A claim often implies a more structured argument with evidence or reasoning, while an assertion may be a more straightforward statement of belief or opinion. It's important to note that the degree of support or evidence accompanying the statement can vary, and the distinction between these terms can be subtle in some contexts.
uh-huh.
Chat, shout out to Fermel for that essay.
Yeah. Really, thanks for the extra note there.
Yeah, thank you. So, okay, so I read what the counter claim is, and for you to make a counter claim, you also have to have evidence to support the claims that you're saying. Like you can't be saying a statement that you're trying to like argue, and then it's like wrong. You can't argue something that's wrong, so you have to have evidence of why you're correct. Your statement is correct. And wait. Formulating counterclaims shows deep competence and familiarity with the writer's topic, as well as an examination of different perspectives. It helps clarify one's personal position on the topic. Questions to help formulate counterclaims include identifying major points of disagreement, evaluating the merits and weaknesses of the author's view, and identifying hidden assumptions. Counterclaims should be supported by relevant lines from the text. Okay. So,
Is there any more?
yeah, there's like these questions. What are the major points in which
Okay.
author can disagree? So, for example, like these are questions for like you that could help you formulate counterclaims. Like what are the major points on which you and the author can disagree? I feel like that's understandable, like the question itself. And what's the strongest argument? What did they say to defend their position? What are the merits of their view? What are the weaknesses or shortcomings of their argument? Are there any hidden assumptions? Which lines from the text best support the counterclaim you have formulated? Okay. Okay, guys, evidence could include facts and statistics, also opinions from experts and personal anecdotes, and good evidences. Some good evidences that the following characteristics of a good evidence is unified, relevant to central point, specific and concrete, accurate and representative or typical. I think that's it.
Okay, guys, I think that's about it. That wraps up our presentation. Um, you know, you're here. But yeah, that's about it for our presentation po. Hi, Sir Roman. Yeah, po. Yes po, that's about it. We're pretty much done po.
All right, guys. So, oh my God.
Okay, get off. Yan, can you open? Yan, can you open?
All right.
Shout out to my
So yeah, that's the end of Group 2's presentation or Group 7's presentation. I'm going to have to end the
No,
live
don't
stream.
end it yet.
Why?
Before you end, a big thanks to Sir Mel and big thanks to all the lovely chat for being so lovely and nice and yeah. Okay, okay.
So yeah, bye guys.